In the year 138, the Roman Empire was at a breaking point. The emperor, Hadrian, was dying. As his health failed, his paranoia spiked, and he began ordering the executions of his own senators. Antoninus was the opposite of the current chaos. He was a 51-year-old aristocrat known for his frugality and a steady, predictable temperament. Most importantly, he had no interest in holding supreme power. But Hadrian needed a stable successor. He forced Antoninus to become his heir, but he attached a specific generational condition to the offer. Antoninus had to immediately adopt 2 young boys, ensuring they would eventually inherit the throne after him. Those boys were Marcus Aurelius and Lucius Verus. When Antoninus accepted the arrangement, he told his wife they had lost the privacy they once enjoyed. He took on the burden of the emperorship as an act of self-sacrifice to keep Rome from fracturing. The standoff began the moment Hadrian died. An angry Senate refused to grant the deceased emperor the customary divine honors, seeking revenge for his final years of paranoia. Antoninus responded with a calculated maneuver. He refused to officially accept the throne unless the Senate honored his adoptive father. At the same time, he went to the prisons and pardoned every senator Hadrian had condemned to death. The Romans highly valued pietas, a strict sense of duty to family and the state. By honoring his predecessor while sparing the lives of his political rivals, Antoninus earned a new title, Pius. By resolving the standoff without violence, Antoninus secured a peaceful transition of power between regimes. Behind the public stoicism was a remarkably devoted private life. Antoninus had a rare, happy imperial marriage to Annia Galeria Faustina the Elder, but their life together was marked by loss. Before Antoninus took the throne, the couple endured the deaths of 3 of their 4 children. Then, in 1401 CE, just 3 years into his reign, Faustina died. Antoninus was devastated by the loss. He honored her memory on a massive scale. He convinced the Senate to deify her, minted extensive coinage bearing her face, built a temple in her name, and lived the rest of his life as a widower. His most enduring tribute was the Puellae Faustinianae, or the Girls of Faustina. He established a charitable endowment to educate and protect destitute, orphaned girls in her memory. Antoninus channeled his personal grief into systemic philanthropy. He showed that the wealth of the Roman state could be deployed to care for its most vulnerable citizens. A sense of humane fairness drove his approach to ruling. He governed as a protective parent, moving away from the persona of an autocratic god. He pushed through changes to the legal system regarding slaves. He outlawed the practice of masters killing or torturing their slaves without a trial, and decreed that slaves subjected to extreme cruelty could force their sale to a new master. He also codified a legal principle that forms the backbone of modern justice, the mandate that any accused person must be presumed innocent until they are proven guilty. This shifted the focus of Roman law, which now acted as a shield for the vulnerable rather than a tool for punishment. Unlike the conquerors who preceded him, Antoninus never marched at the head of a legion. He governed the known world from his villas in Italy. His major military action was the invasion of Scotland and the construction of the Antonine Wall. It was a calculated maneuver to secure his military credentials without risking global stability. He spent those quiet decades mentoring his adopted son, Marcus Aurelius. He taught the young heir the value of stoic restraint and the heavy, unglamorous burden of public service. This chart illustrates the financial result of that meticulous management. By avoiding costly wars, he left Rome with a surplus of 2.7 billion sesterces, the largest in the history of the empire. His administrative approach proved that the strength of an empire lies in the health of its treasury and its institutions, not just the expansion of its borders. In 161 CE, at his country estate in Lorium, the 74-year-old emperor fell ill after eating a portion of Alpine cheese. Sensing the end, there was no panic. He called Marcus Aurelius to his bedside and handed over control of the state. As night fell, the captain of the imperial guard approached to ask the emperor for the final watchword. Antoninus replied with a single word: equanimitas, equanimity. He passed away quietly. The Senate deified him, commissioning a monument that depicted him and his wife being carried together into the heavens. Antoninus Pius demonstrated that the strength of an empire could be maintained through quiet duty and justice, led by a calm mind.